as I knew, as literally anyone with a working brain knew, Alabama handled business in the game versus Cincinnati tonight. The game is still going on. It's 27-6. Alabama didn't even bring their A game, and they absolutely still dominated. This was never a question. Cincinnati did not deserve to be in this game. Brian Robinson set a record for rushing yards in this game, and Alabama just seemed like this was a bye week for them. They really did. I mean, obviously, they showed up, they played, and they dominated, and they handled business. But Cincinnati is a joke. Cincinnati did not deserve to be here, and anyone that follows this knew that. This was never going to be a close game. And even still, with it being 27-6, it's a lot closer than it should have been. But if you go back to my predictions, I kind of said, like, I feel like Alabama's just they're going to show up and they're going to win. But the game will be a little bit closer on paper than a lot of people believe. I mean, right now, it's a 21-point game right now. So that's closer than a lot of people think. A lot of people are thinking it's going to be like a 45-3 blowout or something like that. And it could have been if Alabama was really pressing forward. But Alabama's obviously got their eyes on the next step. And no, we know that Nick Saban never looks beyond an opponent, but they knew that this was not a competitive game for them. Now, tonight we have Michigan and we have Georgia, which I think will be a very competitive game. My gut feeling is that Georgia will win this game, but we're going to find out, and then we'll see who plays Alabama. But this was a joke. This was a bye week for Alabama, and hey, they deserved it because they do play through the SEC gauntlet every year. They have to go and play real teams, unlike Cincinnati, who played a joke of a schedule. There were far better teams that should have been in this position than Cincinnati, and now that this has happened, will it change anything? Probably not. We're still going to have a joke of a team that can back into the playoffs whenever they go undefeated with a weak record, while you have far better teams that have played a far tougher schedule. Now, I know that the whole thing is people want to expand to 8 teams. I don't think that eliminates anything. At the end of the day, and yes, I'm an SEC homer, but at the end of the day, there is a college football playoff, and it's called the SEC. That's the college football playoff. That's who plays through the tough games and plays through the gauntlet. I do have this article pulled up because it's already been written, even though the game's not over. But Alabama blows out Cincinnati, advances to the national title game. Alabama destroyed Cincinnati to advance to the national title game. Entering the game between the Crimson Tide and the Bearcats, I said I expected Alabama to roll, and they didn't disappoint. Although I still say that Alabama probably didn't. I'd say they probably put about 70% into this game. At this moment, with a few moments left in the game, Alabama is up 27-6, and the Crimson Tide show no signs of taking their foot off the gas. I told you all Nick Saban will show up ready to snatch souls, and many of you did not want to listen. Then we had, Bryce Young looked really good. He did have that one pass where he got pressured, that was intercepted. But Brian Robinson was just insane tonight. Absolutely insane. If you look at the statistics of the game, these are the team stats and first downs. Now this was, I guess I'd have to update this to see where we're at now. Okay, so right here, 27 first downs to 13. Better third down efficiency, better fourth down efficiency, more total yards by a lot, over double the total yards. Passing yards, pretty in line, but Alabama was really focused on running the ball and controlling the clock today. And then rushing yards, obviously, Alabama just destroyed them with over 300 total team yards. Brian Robinson with 204 of those, if I'm not mistaken. Alabama did have the only turnover of the game, which was that pass by Bryce Young, and so controlled the clock. Alabama dominated every aspect of the game. This is what we expected. This is what we knew would happen. Cincinnati didn't deserve to be here. Alabama is going to continue to move forward. Now, I'm going to be interested to see. I personally, from a fan standpoint, I personally want to see Alabama versus Michigan because I think a Jim Harbaugh and Nick Saban matchup is going to be great, and I would love to see Alabama beat down Michigan so I can talk shit to Dave Portnoy, El Presidente of Barstool Sports, because he's going to be running his mouth if Michigan wins this game. But I think Georgia wins this game. I think Georgia's the better team. I think Georgia needs to rebound from the loss, but we will see what happens. You guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk to you later.